Hello, lovely humans. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, my name's Jamie Wolfer. I'm your online wedding planner, and I help people plan weddings as stress-free as possible because honestly, there's enough of that junk to go around outside of weddings, okay? Let's simplify the process as much as possible. Which conveniently brings me to the entire point of today's video. Debunking common misconceptions when it comes to modern-day suit rentals. I think, honestly, a lot of us are quite a bit scarred from suit rentals of old. If you never went to, I don't know, winter formal or prom, either yourself in a suit or with a date in a suit, they were not good times. Renting a suit historically has not been a great experience. It's very time-consuming, and it never really ended up looking that good. It honestly kind of always looked like you either borrowed an older brother's suit or a younger brother's suit, and there was really nothing in between. But thanks to our friends over at Generation Tux, who are also the sponsors of this video, those days are long gone. So if you were in the wedding party and you've been asked to rent a suit, and you're kind of panicking at this moment because you're like, I remember junior year, okay? The pants kept falling off, the jacket looked like I borrowed it from a 2-year-old, and I could still hear the laughter. Don't worry, we're gonna go through this together. Let's talk through 7 of the most common suit rental misconceptions and how our friends over at Generation Tux mitigate those, because there is no reason that you should be in the fetal position while thinking about renting a suit, okay? So without further ado, let's just jump right on into it. Myth number 1, you gotta go to the store multiple times, okay? Like you have to go out in public and see people and get measured, right? And just hope they're nothing like Joey's tailor. First, you gotta make an appointment, then you have to drive there, and then you have to walk in, and then you have to get your measurements, and hopefully it's gonna be a super fast process. But for some reason, none of the appointment times are ever like after work hours, so you have to like request extra time off just to be able to go in to get fitted for this suit. And then you have to go back to pick it up in store, right? And then you just hope it works because it's the only option. It's sitting right in front of you, and your rental window is like 3 days long, right? And then you get to go wear it again, hoping for the best, and then return again the day after or 2 days after the event, because usually it's a 3-day rental window, to return it yet another time. So if you're following along at home, that is 3 trips to the store, okay? 1 for measurements, 1 for pickup, and 1 for drop-off. That is a lot of physical activity, especially for a generation that thrives on social media because it requires no actual interpersonal interactions, okay? Or maybe you're introverted. That's a huge ask. And personally, that's why I love Generation Tux, because you can go online without any measurements at all whatsoever. You tell them your height, your weight, your general build, and your pant size, and I think maybe your shoe size. And the whole process honestly takes maybe 5 minutes, 7 minutes at best, if you're having fun clicking back and forth between the avatar of the ripped abs to like the slightly less ripped. No driving, no talking to people, nobody touching you, right? You can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can do it at the office. You don't have to take off time to go anywhere to get this done. No, you just do it straight from your computer without words. Thank God. Suit rental myth number 2, it's gonna fit bad. Y'all remember the analogy that we used in the very beginning? We have seen some very poor fitting rented suits. And I can tell you fervently, like with fervor, that's what fervently means, with fervor, that Generation Tux's goal is to make sure that you look incredible in this suit. Because what's gonna be the best form of advertising for them? People who look good in suits, all right? So what happens is, after you enter your little into the avatar and you give them the information with no one touching you, again, fantastic, personal space is not invaded, they send it to the address of your choice, wherever that is, with enough time for you to try it on and go, hey, this works. Hey, this doesn't work, and communicate it back to them. They offer a multitude of alterations in-house to ensure that's a really good fit for you, and in fact, they will go as far to guarantee the right fit. If you order it in time, you get it on your person, you notify them if it doesn't fit, and they will send you a replacement, sometimes even, and I don't know if I'm allowed to be saying this, before you even send yours back to them. So they could be overlapping each other in the mail. It's not like, once I receive your suit, then you will receive a new one. No, especially if there's a time crunch. They have award-winning customer service. I love them for this because they really want to make sure that you look good and that you feel good. So if for any reason you're concerned or you have unique measurements or you're not quite sure if this avatar is going to work for you, please feel free to contact their customer service. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Call them. Talk to them. I tell the story almost every single time I talk about Generation Tux and Fit. And that's because it's so near and dear and personal to me and to my family. One of my brother's best friends is on the shorter side. And while I believe I'm not going to quote his height. Basically, his legs are disproportionately short for his body. And he's always said that he's never really felt good in his suit. So what he did is he actually contacted customer service and said, hey, my legs are X length. Like, pants never fit me, okay? So I'm just calling to see if there's anything that you can do because they're always too long. They altered them in-house, sent them out to them, and he said, I have the review here on this channel. It was not sponsored. They did not pay us a dime to say that. I mean, what was your favorite part about ordering from Generation Tux?
I think my favorite part about ordering from Generation Tux is probably the accessibility of it. It literally took about like 3 minutes to fill out the entire website. And something that means more to me than anything is if you look at the legs, I am 5'7", and I had the leg length of someone who's 5'2", and I emailed the lady because I was nervous, and she sent the perfect measurements, and I didn't even have to send it back. And it's something I'm always insecure about. That's never happened to me before buying a suit.
Wait, seriously?
Seriously, 100%. It was literally a shocker. I was like, I couldn't believe that they like got the right height. I took a photo, sent it to Chase and Mackenzie, and I was like, it never fits the first time. It felt nice to not have to go to a tailor, get them shortened, tightened, all that stuff.
It fit right.
It fit right. If I have to order from anywhere again or recommend it, I'd recommend Generation Tux. I think that their customer service is incredible.
And that's why I get really passionate about talking about this, because I know that a lot of people who've rented suits have been scarred by their experiences in the past. So the fact that they send it out early, the fact that you can use their award-winning customer service, the fact that they have alterations in-house, they want to do everything in their power to make sure that you look good. And if you're in the wedding couple, you get this awesome thing called a home try-on. So if you're unsure about the color or general sizing, obviously we want the wedding couple to look like arguably the best out of everybody. So you get a free home try-on sent straight to your door. Go in, put in your information, send it out early to you to ensure the most amount of time for the best fit possible. If you're interested in doing an at-home try-on, I'm gonna go ahead and link it right up here for you and down in the description box below if you want to keep watching. And then look that up later. Totally fine. Myth number 3, it's gonna be stained. It's gonna be torn. It's gonna be rowdy as heck. I have personally toured Generation Tux's warehouse out in Louisville, Kentucky. And first of all, I had to wear like walking shoes. I was warned ahead of time, please wear comfortable shoes. It's very large. It's a very large warehouse. And they were spot on. It was huge. And I was so glad. I almost wore heels. I would have died because they just have so much inventory, which obviously is a whole other benefit because the likelihood of them running out is super, super slim and the amount of sizes, but we'll get to that later. They have an entire crew of people that physically examine every single garment that comes back in. They also will treat every single garment that comes back in. And if for any reason this passes through the meticulous inspection of real life people looking at these, this is not like scanned by some sort of machine or dumped into a washing machine and then like hopefully comes out clean later. These are physically scanned by humans. And if for any reason you receive something that is not up to snuff, again, all you have to do is contact customer service and they'll take care of it right away. Myth number 4, the rental window is very short. Well, this is not exactly a myth with some other companies. They offer a 3-day rental, which means if the event is on Saturday, you pick it up on Friday, you drop it back off on Sunday. It's a very, very narrow time frame, right? And so you just hope that the event is close enough to a brick and mortar location that you could pick it up the day before and drop it off the day after. Anything beyond that could incur additional fees, which is super unfortunate because you're already paying a lot of money for this suit. With our friends over at Generation Tux, you will be receiving your suit or tux 2 weeks before the event date. 2 weeks before. That gives you plenty of time to put that on. In fact, I recommend for anyone with any wedding ever, if you are renting or buying any attire, get it on your body as quickly as possible. As soon as you receive it, try it on. In the case of your rented suit or tux, that gives customer service even more time to communicate with you, see if any alterations need to be made to a new suit sent back out to you. You give yourself a lot more leeway than if you waited till like 3 days before to contact them. And then once the event is over, all you have to do is put it back into the pre-labeled packaging and ship it back to them. That's it. No one's talking to you. You're not driving anywhere unless you're dropping it off, right? And no one's touching you. And you don't have to walk back into the store afterwards and make eye contact and conversation. Again, we just drop it in the mailbox. And there are obvious problems that come with such a short rental window, which leads us to myth number 5. You get what you get, right? If you show up and for some reason the numbers got written down wrong or they sent the wrong thing, there is little to no recourse to get you in a better looking suit. So all these issues have now stacked up on top of each other and you're at the point where you don't get a choice. You have to wear the suit that's directly in front of you. And truly this frustrates me because my husband had an experience like this where he showed up and the pants were the wrong size and the entire wedding he just felt like a total buffoon. And he kind of kept quietly commenting to me about it. He's like, I hate this suit. I'm like, I know, honey. He was like, I hate this suit. I'm like, I know, honey. But they didn't have any other options. So yeah, in the traditional sense, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit because they don't give you any other time or any other options. But because we have a larger rental window and award-winning customer service. Because again, remember, the best advertising is you looking good and they guarantee the right fit. All you gotta do is communicate with them with plenty of time for them to make any sort of allowances or alterations to get it back to you. Suit rental myth number 6. They're all cookie cutter. They're all the same thing, right? I was recently actually watching an online review of Generation Tux. Listen, I love my friends at Gen Tux, okay? I love them so much. And the person reviewing it was like, Generation Tux actually has a modern fit to this tux. Like the other ones were baggier, wider, did not fit as well, and this was a more modern, slimmer fit, which is one of my biggest bones to pick with most suit rentals. They look like they belong to your grandfather. Not with Generation Tux. Now, they offer a lot of their suits in multiple different fits. We've got modern, we've got slim, we've got men, we've got boys, we've got little ones in your wedding party. They're taken care of as well. They match everybody else. I cannot tell you how cute the tiny suits are on the tiny people. Additionally, they have over 500 accessories for you to mix and match for whatever tickles your fancy, okay? So whether you are renting this as a wedding guest to go and you want to really express yourself with a style, they've got plenty of options for you to choose from. Or you're setting this up for your wedding party and you want to make sure the colors really match well with the dresses. You have so many options to choose from to really express yourself and express your style. And suit rental myth number 7, it's not going to fit my friend. They are blah, blah, blah size. We ran into this with one of my husband's best friends when we were trying to figure out suit options way back yonder, before Generation Tux existed. And one of his friends has consistently run into this issue of saying, I can never do a suit rental because they don't have a size that's big enough to fit me. And it was really disheartening for him. Every time he was asked to be a groomsman or a part of a wedding party, he's like, great, I'm gonna have to wear a suit that doesn't fit me. First of all, Generation Tux has multiple partnerships with professional sports teams. I don't know the names of them. I think the Mavericks? That's a team, right? Like burly humans with real shoulders. They go up to a 66L. Now, I don't know what that means, but that seems important to note. So if they're outfitting all of these sizable professional athletes, there's a high likelihood they're gonna have something in that mix that works for you. But don't take my word for it. Look at the thousands of reviews online of people who truly, genuinely have loved their user experience with Generation Tux. I love talking about them because how they made the men in my life feel. I love talking about them because of how they've made my husband look in suits, how they've made him feel in suits, how good he feels. I love watching his face light up when he puts on a suit that complements his figure. And it really disheartened me to watch how sad he was when he had a different experience with another company that did not fit him well. And the entire day, he just was like, I feel like a goober. Like I feel like I look heavier than I am. Or my brother's best friend who has never felt good in any wedding that he's ever had to rent a suit for. Ever. Guys, I get really passionate about this because we talk all the time about dresses and being size inclusive and making sure all of your bridesmaids feel good in what they're wearing and feel confident. But so often we overlook the suit situation. If you were having your wedding party rent suits, I think it's of the utmost importance that you go with a company that really and truly values and prioritizes the fit for your wedding party because they deserve to feel good on your wedding day too. You guys, I could wax poetic on Generation Tux for eons. That's all I have for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know renting a suit is scary, okay? But hopefully busting these 7 misconceptions will help to assuage some of those concerns. And if not, call their customer service right now. Just go give them a call. Just be like, hey, this lady on the internet said you guys do this. Is this for real? Yeah, it is. It is. So if you are interested in checking them out, I will go ahead and link them down below. Don't forget to check out getting a free home try on if you're in the wedding couple and you want to see it further than 2 weeks in advance. Hit them up. Use that offer. You will look insanely good. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. They will literally send you a suit just to try it on. What about you guys? How many of you were traumatized by suit sizes at senior prom? Some of them photos. Real rough. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what your suit rental experiences have looked like over your lifetime. If you haven't done so already, jump on down there, hit that like button, and subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks for the modern day bride. And Generation Tux, thank you for sponsoring this video. Y'all know that I love talking about you guys. I love how you've made the people in my life feel, and I love sharing that with you guys. So if you're interested, please feel free to check them out. And until next week, bye guys!